Hello, YouTube. This is Alzaru, and I'm here on the Citykraft server in a Pharaoh skin. Now, some of you might be wondering what's been going on with Citykraft, and the answer is basically nothing. So, I don't know how much of this you guys have seen. It's been a very long time since I've made any videos in or about this server. But what I can tell you is that while the server will continue to exist and be on, the season is, and for that matter, the server is basically dead. After Season 3 ends, which will most likely be whenever 1.20 rolls around, Citykraft will not be coming back. I know this is a strange announcement to make, or at least somewhat. Oh, right there. I know this is a bit of a hard announcement, or at least it is for me, but well, no one comes on this server anymore. I'm the only one who's been here. And even then, I only come on here from time to time, trying to do something, anything. It's gotten so bad that at some point I decided to say F it and use creative mode to at least try to finish a bit of what I set out to do. And well, using creative mode to finish projects, that's not really the Citykraft way. But at the same time, with nothing going on, I just wanted to have something to show for all of this. I made City Hall. I made the entirety of the guild area, such as it is. There's the Builders Guild over there. There's the Redstone Guild. They're both entirely empty. There's the area up here, which doesn't really have much of stuff. It's one of those abandoned mine shafts. Although if you go above the abandoned mine shaft, you can find something interesting. Now, if I had to answer the question of what killed Citykraft, the answer is complicated. So, there are two main factors at play here. Well, more like three. The first factor I can think of is that there's only one an even remotely active admin, and that's me. Also, unfinished guild building over here. And super smelter. And behind the super smelter, we have a kelp farm. Where was I? Ah, yes, the problems. So, the main problem, as I see it, is that a lot of our members are just too busy with real life to play. People people just don't have time for the server anymore. It's nobody's fault, it's just life. Life got in the way. We're not professional Minecrafters. None of us. I kind of wish we had some professional Minecrafters in here, but we do not. The second problem is that even some of the people who aren't busy with real life have moved on to our sister server, Ducking SMP, which I can't say I blame them for. I mean, they've more or less moved into there as well. Although I don't play it as frequently as I would have played Citykraft if this had actually worked. The third problem is that we only really have one active. No, wait, I already said that. But in case you're wondering what happened with the other admin, Jeku, who is just too busy to bother with the server. Like, he has a very busy schedule. So I'm kind of the only one who's actually available to do anything. It's gotten really bad. And this is how one of my biggest dreams of the 2010s shriveled up and died before my eyes. What? The dream being to host a Minecraft server for as many of my friends as I could, and just have fun with friends in a nice Minecraft server that I own, and to build a city with those friends. For all of you who have been here since season 1, and enjoyed those videos, or who were part of the server since season 1 or since season 2 or whenever you joined, I'm very grateful that all of you decided to play. And I'd do it all over again. Although, I think if I were to do it again, and I'd try to do it better. If I were to go back to season 1, for example, I'd have everything a bit more tight, more closely knit, more together, less, like, spread apart. The biggest problem with season 1, and in my eyes, is that all the districts were too far apart from each other to the point where they had to have railways between the different districts. And whenever those railways weren't working because of lag, there were also the subterranean tunnels between the districts. I remember getting pretty rich digging up diamonds while I was, digging those subterranean tunnels to the different districts. A lot of the diamonds I made that season came from there, and also, I get that's one of my shops, I think. Season 1 was nice. We had a different host back then. One who was decently active. Unfortunately, Aaron couldn't keep it up for too long, and at some point, the server got corrupted, or the world rather got corrupted, and we had to start over with a different host. And well, that led to us waiting for about a few months, I think it was, and then season 2 began. Season 2 was a golden age at first in terms of activity, people, and while some people were upset about losing the original world, there was still quite a bit to do, and people will try to do stuff. Even though it's true that I ended up doing almost all of the major spawn buildings, and that in this case the buildings were a bit too close together, I do think that it was our most active season, and that people enjoyed it, for better or worse. During 1.17, we shut the server down and rebooted into a creative world where we just made a bunch of mini games and stuff. Season 2.5, as I like to call it. Nice. I don't bet you anything this is Logan's doing. This has him written all over it. Okay, I made that pillar, but the staircase I think is his. This is Harbor Town, by the way. And that's the Adventure Tavern. Originally it was going to be in the guild area, but I figured a tavern like this works best in a setting on the surface. And Harbor Town is definitely that. And if you look over there, you can see a pirate ship. I've never been able to make a really good looking pirate ship, but I think this turned out decently. And then there's the lighthouse. Now, I'm gonna go full disclosure, like, most of the buildings here were made by me and made in creative mode, and this little shack was made by Logan along with this little farm. This thing here was essentially meant to be a little Art Deco style project. Like, I wanted to give Art Deco a try, and this was my attempt. Let me know in the comments how I did. I think I did good for a first try. There's the village over there that I don't think anyone ever bother or doing anything with. There was also... Oh, right. I was still on Season 2. Season 2 was also where I made one of my most impressive builds ever. At least, in my opinion. A mage tower that was able to go all the way to build height, or build height at the time, which was 256. The build height is much higher now. I guess the real question now is, would I have done something similar this season, given the time? And to that I say, I'm not really sure. My guess would be probably not, although I guess it really depends on how long the server would have gone on for. This over here is the shopping district. Eh, one of the places here is Alzru's Trashy Treasures, where I was basically just selling junk that I happened to have that I thought people might want to buy. Stuff that I didn't have use for, but maybe someone else would. And over here is one of my proudest achievements this season, and in general, really. I had never been able to make an actual working iron farm before, and even here I struggle. But as you can see, it works like a dream. Eh, and I also converted it into a shop, but I've only ever gotten 1 diamond out of it. And with residential, well, you guys saw residential. There are homes there, but nobody lives in them. Well, I mean, people did live in them for a bit. Even so, the oldies like Jenny, Rio, Danny, they just stopped coming in. I had some new players come in as well, but, well, none of them ever came on for very long, or just for more than once, as far as I know. Now, some of you might be thinking, why not just extend invitations to other people? Why not? I'd look around for, just other people to join that you might not know. Well, that defeats the purpose of this. Like, this is specifically for my friends and, well, their friends, and, you know, like I said, the whole point of this project was to make a city with my friends. Eh, and as you can see, it hasn't really happened this season, and I don't think it's going to happen. I got so sad about this at one point that I made this. Here lies Al's hopes and dreams, and I mean, I might as well take this down. This really just does not belong here. I still kind of feel that way, but not enough to leave that there. At this point, I've more or less accepted that this server isn't going to come back. I hope that I'm wrong, but like I said, everyone is too busy or has moved on. The sun has set on Citykraft, both literally in game and figuratively. Its time is done. And thank you all for being along for the ride. And so, this video and the Age of Citykraft comes to a somber end. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you next time, and uh, until then, this is Alzoru signing off.